Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today for another episode in my Winter Wednesday series. On a Wednesday I just grab a stamp set from the mini catalogue and create 3 cards with no plan and no clue, and we just see where it goes. It could go very wrong, it could go very right. So let's get started. Today's stamp set I have picked is Joyful Holly. You can purchase this stamp set and any of the items I use from my website slimandstylish.com. So let's get started. I have an idea for the first card purely because I started filming my Winter Wednesday series probably about 10 minutes ago, nattering away, and I hadn't pressed the record button on my camera. So I know what I'm planning to do for my first card, and I was going to create a holly background using the set. So let's get going on that. I know, cheating, having a plan, but as you can see I hadn't finished the plan, so I don't know how it worked out, and I just popped a scrap piece of paper on there so that I've got somewhere to stamp off. Right, the stamps I was using was this one here and this one here. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, this one here and this one here. These are the 2 that line up, and these are the 2 that line up. So what you need to do is stamp this with your outside stamp colour. I was using black memento, and stamp this here with your colour that you're going to put in the middle, and I was using shaded spruce, and you can line the 2 up. I was having difficulties with where I had put the camera trying to line up. I think you'll be able to see better than me if I'm managing to do it or not. And then here are the berries to fill it in, and I hadn't picked a colour for berries yet because I hadn't got that far. And to save confusing myself with which insert and which outline I was using, I was just using this one for this card. Okay, so it is quite a big stamp, so I'm actually taking my memento to the stamp instead and doing it that way rather than putting the stamp into the ink, because I want to make sure that it is a perfect stamp. And what I did is I tried to work from each corner. And work my way round so that they all sort of come into a middle in sort of that area. Sometimes I think to myself, I wonder what my neighbours think with my window being opened of me talking to myself while crafting, but at least I know that I'm filming. Whereas when I hadn't set the film earlier, I thought, do you know what, you are just a nutter talking to yourself now. You've progressed. Oh dear. Mind you, I do generally, little secret time, I do talk to myself while crafting. I think quite a few people must, because other people say, you know, oh, I do as well. I definitely talk to the rhinestones and the dimensionals when they won't come off the backing or when they're not playing properly. I'm like, oh, come on, behave. So, but yeah, so I tried to bring them all into sort of a circle here because I had thought about popping this on a label or something there. I do feel like I've cheated you today in not actually having to think this card through because I had an idea for it, but I assure you I haven't got ideas for the other 2 yet. So I think I just want something there for a bit of detail. Yeah. And do I? No, I think that's enough. I think I'm in danger of over hollyfying my card, if that's an actual word. So there is the insert. If you have got them on blocks, the way to tell which one's which is that this one here's top leaf, it curls over, and you can see there that that's curled over. Here it stands proud, and that one's standing proud. So if you have took them off the sheet, that's how you sort of know. But I just thought I'm going to get confused with that in a video. We're going to go wrong. So I'm just going to stick with the one type. I might go for others in the other videos. So I'm stamping off with the shaded spruce and then stamping on. And this is what I mean about stamping over the outline. I need my head to be roughly where you are to see if I'm in the right place. So if I don't line up properly, I am sorry, but that's sort of how it should look. This is what worries me when filming with these stamps. I mean, they're so easy to use, and it hurts me a little bit because, you know, I love blending, so I do feel sometimes it ruins the blending experience. But they are so easy to use, and I feel like when you're trying to sell them on a video or show people, people must think it's so hard to line up because I miss it. It's not that I miss it, it's just I need my head to be to be here. And trust me, the back of my head is not a great viewing angle for you, so and I'm not speaking too soon. I am quite happy with this. Don't want to curse it, but and then I'm not sure which colour to do my berries in. Poppy Parade, maybe? Real Red? Or a Deep Merry Mallow? I think I'm going to go in between and go with Real Red. I don't use Real Red often enough. I normally just resort to Poppy Parade. And we do have some lovely Real Red ribbon actually in the catalogue, so it means I'll get to use that. Oh, okay. Okay, that's new. That's different. The two berries are actually on one stamp. So I need a slightly bigger block than that, and I'll see here how easy it is to line them up and let you know. But if you are struggling with that, I'm going to upset a lot of crafters here. You can always cut your stamp. So if it is difficult to line up, and I'll tell you now if it is or not, it's difficult to line up or you're struggling with it, you can chop them up. But let's have a go. Oh, it is quite simple actually. They're very clever, our product designers, aren't they, to get these, to put these in places where they will line up. I know if I was doing them, I'd just pop single dots and 3 dots in all different random places, but they must be very good at maths to measure it all out. Oh, that was a little bit off, but that's because I wasn't really looking properly. That's better. So yes, as you can see, if you don't look totally over the middle of the stamp, you do sometimes go off. I mean, it still doesn't look bad, but that's how it should be. I mean, it saves time not having 2 separate blocks and having to go and do them all. Just have to take a couple of seconds longer in lining up, that's all. This is such an effective stamp set. Okay, I think that's all my dots done. that's my card as it is so far. Some scrap whisper white. I don't think I've got any, so I'm going to just grab a card base and chop away in this. By the way, this card base was 10.2 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres. And this is one of my smaller ones that I just keep on the side. But as I'm using it for scrap at the moment anyway, you won't need to know the measurements. The sentiment I'm going to use, may your season be merry and bright, or a joyful Christmas. Ooh. What am I going to do? I'm going to pop a circle there, or am I going to do a strip? Because if I'm doing a strip, I'll use that. If I'm doing a circle, I'll use this one. I think I'm going to do a circle. Oh, okay, that's a lot bigger. That's a lot bigger than it is on the front. But it will still look really nice as a circle. And it will still look... Yeah, I'm doing it as a circle. This is what I like about my Wednesday and Saturday series. I'm so indecisive, and it must really show. You guys must get so fed up. Just pick something and do it, Helen. Sorry. Because on a Saturday I do the same sort of series, 3 cards, but I actually do them from the... do I want 2 1/4 or 2 inches? I actually do them from the annual catalogue on a Saturday and the mini catalogue on a Wednesday. So may your season be merry and bright. Oh, I quite like that. I do. And that lovely real red ribbon will just look lovely behind it. So for the ribbon, I'm going to work out where I want that. And I'm going to put my adhesive so it falls directly behind that. So it's not actually on the card, but it will help keep my ribbon in the right place. If I'd have got the ribbon straight, of course, which I have not. So the great thing about these sort of sheer ribbons is, oh, it's a wibbly wobbly ribbon. Okay. The great thing about these sheer ribbons is that you can stick them down and whip them off whenever you want. So I'm just using my grid paper here to line up my my ribbon. Okay, and it's on that line or that line. I'm not very good at this. I can never tell which lines I'm on. So it's on the next one. There we go. Pop a couple of dimensionals on the back there. And then we want some real red card, which is typical. I don't think I have any pre-cut. I don't. So I'm just going to grab some from my card rack. Normally I like to keep oh no, this was a bigger piece. I'm going to put this straight onto the back of, I'm going to put it onto a piece of red card. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut this at 10.5 centimetres. And I'm going to score it in half. Use the scoring bit and not the cutting bit. so normally I with my colours is I cut a load of them that are card back size and stick them in these drawers, and I have all different colours in these drawers. But then I'm lazy and I use all of them and I don't replace them. So bad hells. Yeah, I'm going to pop that onto a red card, I think. It's only a slight bit around the side, but I think it makes all the difference. So Stampin' Seal. It would help to think if I line this card up straight before I I'm trying to stick the wrong one on. There we go. And then a bow. It's quite easy to bow this, it's just me being awkward, not knowing what size I want. There we are, there's my first card. My next card, I think I'm going to keep them all actually on real red backing, and then we can compare them all. So I'm just going to score this bit as well. So I've got another backing sheet. I'm going to go with another large piece of Whisper White, so another 10.2 by 14.5 centimetres, and I'm actually going to do the same pattern that we did the first time round, but I'm only going to do one of them. It's quite unusual. Normally I start simple and go larger. Today with this one I'm going to go complicated to start off with, and I'm going to do this one quite simple. So I'm going to bring my messy grid paper back, going for the exact same effect as I did with the first one. Shaded spruce. Stamp it once. And then it down. I do like this, I think it's really effective. And then real red. One. Two. My gosh, can you hear my tummy churning? I have just had breakfast as well, so I'm not hungry, but it is really going. Right, scrap Whisper White cardstock, exactly the same sentiment. Same punch. I'm not going to put the strip of ribbon around the back this time, so I'm just going to pop this one straight up and pop it on. I'm still going to use the ribbon, but I'm just going to pop a bow on rather than a strip around the back. May your season be merry and bright. quite a small bow. There we go. Just going to use the Stampin' Seal rather than a glue dot this time because I can see where I want it and I've got my Stampin' Seal ready, so you can use either. And then my card. Love that. So that's the two. That one is my favourite. I'm not sure which one yours is, but so far that one is mine. And how am I going to decorate? I think I'm actually going to decorate with pearls. I don't honestly often use pearls. I normally go with rhinestones and colour them, or with enamel dots and different things like that. Pearls for me are very, very unusually used. But I do like them. So I'm going to use a small pearl, a medium pearl and a big pearl around the circle. I don't know why I very rarely use pearls, but I do like them. And then over on this one, do I want to put pearls on? I feel like it's already quite loud, so I'm going to leave that for a minute and think about it. Third card, okay. Slightly smaller backing card this time. This one is our grid paper, by the way, has centimetres on the other side, which is great. 9.5 centimetres by 13.85 centimetres. And what am I going to do with this one? I'm actually going to use the other holly so that you and we can see what it's like. And I'm also going to use the other sentiment as well. So let's get those lined up. I only have one E block, and these outlines use the E block, so I'm just going to whip that off there and pop it onto my chamois. Completely wrong way round. I should have chamoised it and then took it off. Oh dear. We do have some fun, don't we? Ink this one up. And how am I going to go with this one? Ooh, I like it, I like it. It's a really crisp image you get from these stamps. Very nice. So I'm going to turn it over and do the exact same thing at the top, up there. Yeah. Shaded spruce again. And do you know what, this time I don't think I'm going to stamp off. I'm just going to go so we can see what colour it would be normally. It's a bit harder to line up when you haven't stamped off because the colour's a lot darker to see through. But line it up again. roughly. That was me just a little bit off. I think it's my head getting in. Head trying to get into where the camera is. Real red. Right, now for this one, we have some shaded spruce ribbon, which is just gorgeous. It's really fat. And I think I want to use this. Do want to use this. And again, I'm going to line this up on my grid paper, and because it is a thick ribbon and it hides the glue, I've just applied a layer of Stampin' Seal on that. From there to there. Round, bend it over. Okay. And I want to pop it onto some shaded spruce cardstock, so I have that. So this is 1/2 centimetre more, so whereas this was 9.5 by 13.85, this is 14.25 by 10 centimetres. Sorry, 14.35 by 10 centimetres. My maths took a massive dive there. So I'm just going to glue this on before we do any more. Okay, I wanted to use the Joyful Christmas sentiment. And I think I'm going to use the postage label punch with this. I'm using this postage label punch loads. I'm actually going to use this the other way round. There is no such thing as wasted cardstock in my house. Use every little bit, and if it's gone wrong on the other side, flip it over, go again. So Merry Christmas, or a joyful Christmas to you. And the postage label. I do like this punch. It is a fun punch. Yeah, like that. What do we think? Do I need anything else on it? I'm going to pop a little bow on it, I think, with the gold trim. So the shaded spruce is actually a double or duo ribbon set, and it also comes with this awesome twine, and this is like a really thick gold. It's really, really pretty. So I'm going to pop this on. I haven't really worked out where I'm going to pop it. Like, I'm going to get both of those bits even to start off with, and then yeah, I think I'll pop it like that. So that will need a glue dot because that is quite thin. And so it will need my picker up tool, which I had 2 seconds ago. Organisation skills are taking another dive. Okay. I know, having to use the bone fold. I can't find where the... Oh, I know where it is. I used dimensionals, didn't I? I used my goodies and I popped it in there. See? most organised person in the world, and look what happens. Really not, I'm the worst organised person out. Okay. So for this one I am going to use rhinestones. I'm only going to use a few, and I'm going to pop one on there and a teensy tiny little one just above it for some bling bling. Bling bling bling. Okay, and then attach this onto some Whisper White cardstock, which is already cut and scored, so I'm just going to fold it and burnish it. Pop that onto there, and there is my 3 cards. So what do you think? Which one's your favourite? You can purchase any of these items through my store, stampinup.com. Don't forget to use the hostess code when you're popping in your order, as I am gifting away a free stamp set up until the 20th of August for any orders over £60. So if you've got more than £60 in your basket, use the hostess code and I will send you complimentary, as a thank you, the 4 season floral stamp set. So thank you for joining me today. These are the 3 cards. Let me know which one's your favourite. If you have enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you soon. Bye everybody.